Oh, baby, back in the Big Apple tonight. This is the middle game of our three-game set here against the Yankees. They're red hot. The Rangers are looking for answers, trying to get back in the win column. The 3-0, and he hits that one high in the air. Deep out to right. That's got a chance. It is gone. And Seager hits his 7th home run of the year. The Rangers score a run in the first inning.
Hitters count for Corey Seager, and he takes advantage.
Corey Seager with a towering home run.
Until the Rangers lose at home. First pitch to Zeke is hit up the alley in left center. Bellinger on his horse, and they won't get there. That ball goes all the way to the wall. Nimmo hits the bag at third. He'll be waved home for Ezekiel Duran, an RBI double, and a 2-0 Texas lead.
Boy, that 399 sign out there seems to be Zeke's sweet spot. It's exactly where he hit his triple yesterday.
RBI double.
The 2-1. And that ball is hit down the right field line. It's hit well, and it is gone off the facade of the second deck. Evan Carter with his 4th home run of the year. He does add to the lead. It's 4-0.
Off the facing of the second deck. Evan Carter's 4th home run of the year. And the Rangers jump out 4-0 tonight.
That's the big hit the Rangers have.
The 1-1 delivery. Swung on in a high fly ball, deep left center field. This will score a run. Back to make the catch is Grisham. Tagging at third and scoring is Berger. Moving over to third is McCutchen. Nimmo holds it first. It's a sacrifice fly for Duran, and
Warren deals. There's a swing and a bouncer up the middle. That one's through, base hit. McCutchen scores. Nimmo stops at second, and the Rangers lead at 6-0. He's been in command in his 2-0 pitch. Judge hammers that high in the air out to center. Back on it is Carter, but that one just gets over the wall. 15th of the year for Aaron Judge. So the Yankees get on the board in the 6th inning. It's 6-1.
Welcome everyone to Mr. Maine Podcast. I'm Mr. Maine. Today I will be bringing you a game recap between the Texas Rangers and the New York Yankees. The game was played yesterday at Yankee Stadium, and the Texas Rangers came out victorious by beating the Yankees by the score of 6-1. The Texas Ranger had their ace pitcher, Nathan Eovaldi, who pitched a great game, giving up only 1 run in the game to Aaron Judge in a homer, and that's the only homer they got from the Yankees, as Aaron Judge hit his major league leading 15 homer for the season. Now, let's get into it. The Texas Ranger starting pitcher was Nathan Eovaldi, and he pitched a great game last week by shutting out the New York Yankees 3-0 at Globe Life Field. But now he's facing the Yankees again, this time in Yankee Stadium. So here's the batting for the Texas Ranger. Brandon Nimmo had 1 run, 2 walks, struck out 1 time. Ezekiel Duran had 1 run, 1 hit, 2 RBIs, 1 walk, and 1 strikeout. Corey Seager had 1 run, 2 hits, 2 RBIs, 1 home run, and struck out 2 times. Evan Carter had 1 run, 1 hit, 2 RBIs, and struck out twice. Jack Berger had 1 run, 2 hits. Alejandro Osana had 1 hit, 1 walk, and struck out once. Last but not least, Andrew McCutchen had 1 run, 1 hit, 1 walk, and struck out once. And for the pitching, Nathan Eovaldi pitched a great game. He pitched for 8 innings, giving up only 3 hits, 1 run, 1 earned run, 8 strikes out, and 1 home run. Jacob Latz came in for the save, and he pitched for 1 inning and walked one and had one strikeout, and that was it for the Texas Ranger. Now, let's take a look at the New York Yankees. New York Yankees, they did not do much in the game at all yesterday. They got one home run from Aaron Judge. They got one hit from Cody Bellinger. They got one hit from Austin Wells, and that was it for the whole game. Now, for the pitching, Will Warren, their ace pitcher, he pitched for 4 innings, gave up 7 hits, 6 earned runs, had 7 strikeouts. Yuri De Los Santos came in for 3 innings, giving up 1 hit, striking up 5 batters. And then Ryan Yerbar came in for 1 inning and struck out 2 batters. And that was it for the New York Yankees. They pretty much didn't do anything as far as batting, but the pitching was pretty good after Will Warren went out the game. The scoring summary for the game: top of the first, Corey Seager hit a home run, Texas up 1-0. Top of the third, Ezekiel Duran doubled to left, Brandon Nimmo score, Texas up 2-0. Still top of the third, Evan Carter hit a home run to the right, Ezekiel Duran score, Texas up 4-0 at this point. Top of the fourth, Ezekiel Duran hit a sacrifice fly to center. Jake Berger score, Andrew McCutchen the third, Texas up 5-0. Top of the fourth still, Corey Seager hit a single to right, Andrew McCutchen score, Brandon Nimmo to second, Texas Rangers 6, Yankees 0. Bottom of the sixth, Aaron Judge hit a home run to the center, and that's the only score the Yankees got. And the final score is Texas 6, New York 1. Now, let's look at the game recap. New York, Nathan Eovaldi cooled off the New York Yankees for the second time in 8 days, and the Texas Rangers got early home runs from Corey Seager and Evan Carter in a 6-1 victory Wednesday night. Aaron Judge hit his major league high 15 homer for the Yankees, who had won 5 straight games and 15 of 17. But right-hander Will Warren was tagged for 6 runs and 7 hits while throwing 90 pitches over 4 innings, a rare clunker for New York rotation that began the day leading the majors with a 2.77 ERA. Eovaldi, on the other hand, struck out his season-best 8 and walked none in 8 efficient innings, finishing 72 of his 101 pitches for strikes. Ezekiel Duran, a one-time Yankee farmhand, drove in 2 runs with a double and a sacrifice fly as Texas won for the third time in 9 games. The 36-year-old Eovaldi, 4-4, allowed 3 hits against his former team after tossing 7 innings of 4-hit ball in a 3-0 win over New York on April 29th at home. Each splendid outing snapped a 3-game slide for Texas. In between, the Yankees scored 46 runs while going 5-0 against the Orioles and Rangers. New York had won 8 in a row at home. Eovaldi became the first Texas Rangers pitcher to last longer than 7 innings this year, and improving to 5-2 with a 2.22 ERA in his last 11 start against the Yankees since April 8, 2022. Corey Seager homered to the short porch in right field on a 3-0 fastball in the first. Brandon Nimmo drove an 8-pitch walk leading off the third and scored from first base on Ezekiel Duran's double with 2 outs. Evan Carter sent a 2-1 drive off the facing of the second deck in the right. Jake Berger leadoff single and consecutive 1-out walks by Warren led to Ezekiel Duran's base-loading sacrifice fly in the fourth. Corey Seager made it 6-0 with an RBI single. Warren struck out 7 and walked 3. It was the first time in 8 starts this season he permitted more than 2 earned runs. Texas and New York succeeded on their first 7 ABS challenge to calls by plate umpire Quinn Wilcock, then lost their final 2. Now, if you like this content, please hit the like button. Please subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys on the next Texas Ranger video. Thank you for watching.
0-2 pitch, and he strikes out swinging on the curveball. The 1-2, and a swing and a foul tip into the mid. A strike. Eovaldi to the plate, 1-2. A swing and a miss. Got him on the curveball. 1-2, and a swing and a miss. That curveball working tonight for Eovaldi as a Yankee. The 1-2, a swing and a miss. Another strikeout, 5th of the night. 1-2. Now that's strike 3 called. So Eovaldi exchanging signs. And the splitter was called the ball, but another challenge. Asked for the challenge, and what? How much of the ball, Mike? You think the whole thing was in?
99%. I was off by 1.
Boy, Mike, you were so close, but you got a little green.
Yep.
Quick pitch, and he strikes out Goldschmidt to end the inning.
And sometimes all it takes is really one swing to get the offense going. We know this team has struggled with runners in scoring position. So what was your mindset there on that home run?
Yeah, obviously good pitcher on the mound right there. Got a good mix. Slider, heater, changeup was going really well for him. So punched me out first at bat. So just trying to get something over the heart of the plate that I could get a good swing off on.
Big home run from Corey Seager to start the game. A nice night from Jake Berger as well. When you see those two offensive leaders having nights like that, what do you do for this entire lineup?
Yeah, hitting's contagious, and when you see your guys like that, your aircraft carriers and Seager like that, it's just it's really exciting. Those guys they're incredibly talented players and hitters, and to watch them go out there and do what they're capable of, it's definitely going to get the guys going.
Back-to-back dominant starts tonight from Nathan Eovaldi, 2 against one of the better lineups in baseball. How have you seen him step up when this team has really needed a win?
Yeah, it's vintage Nate. He goes out there, and you look up in the 7th inning, it's like, gosh, he doesn't have that many pitches thrown, and that's just kind of classic him. He's gonna go the distance, and we all knew it was in there, and it's never gone anywhere. So we know what he's about, and it's really fun to watch.
Thanks, Evan.
Yep, thank you.
Gip, how big were these last 2 starts from Nathan Eovaldi?
Well, I actually think our starting pitching is trending the right way in general. I know we've had, one hanging breaking ball yesterday. That's a different story. And then obviously in Detroit, we had a couple miscues that Jack's, overall line would have been much better as well. And the last 2 outings with Evo have been fantastic. Today was exactly what we needed and we hoped for against a really good lineup. And luckily, we got a couple runs, to help them out. But I think our starting pitching is actually trending in the right direction.
Corey Seager, home run. Evan Carter, home run with runners in scoring position. Even Jake Berger, a 2-hit night from him. How can this get this offense clicking, especially in those runners on base situations?
Oh, yeah, it's nice to see. I know the guys were obviously excited to push a couple runs across for Evo. And I think that's the main thing is, they're trying to give these pitchers a cushion. It's not on their mind with, runners in scoring position. I promise you, they're trying to win the game and do whatever they can. And then after the game, they'll try to, learn from what happened. But I think, having Corey, with a couple of huge hits to get us going. Evan Carter, obviously, great game. And then Zeke Duran has just been, the spark plug at the top as well. So, up and down the lineup, really good night. And then Jake Berger, good to see him get a base hit, pull side and the other way. He's been working his tail off. And so it's good to see a couple of these guys get going.
You guys have the opportunity to split this road trip with a win tomorrow. How does that change just the energy in the clubhouse going into this final day?
Yeah, it was a big win tonight against a really tough pitcher as well. So, to get, 6 runs tonight, feeling good into a, 12:30 quick game tomorrow and to try to win a series would be a really good road trip for us heading into a long homestand.
All right, thanks, Skip.
Thank you.
Nate, back-to-back starts against the Yankees. You did it in different ways, but you dominated them both times. What was working, though, for you in both of these starts?
Today I felt a lot more comfortable with my curveball, being able to land that in the zone and then take it below the zone. And I feel like that's one of the pitches that's really eluded me for, I feel like the beginning of the season. But I had a really good feel for that tonight. I think kind of built off of the same thing that we had with the splitter going and the cutter. But I felt like we had a good mix. It's a lot easier to go out there when we score some runs early. And just try to stay on the attack the whole time. When we were able to add on, it was kind of changed my approach a little bit of how I would have normally attacked them. But I feel like anytime you're playing against the Yankees, especially here, you come in with that mindset of you can't really allow any runs or hits, not allow them to, try to get anything going. And we were able to just stay on the attack all night.
You threw your curveball 31 times tonight. It's not something that we've seen from you, at least with the Rangers. At what point were you like, that's a good pitch for me tonight?
I don't know. I don't ever really feel like I pay attention too much to my usage during the game. It's just whatever pitch is really feeling well and, try to pitch with what the hitters are telling me. I felt like when we were in Detroit, when I threw my bullpen out there, I found I had a good feel for my curveball, and I feel like that just kind of transferred over tonight.
What did it do for you to see the offense start putting up runs early?
No, again, it's just staying on the attack mode. I feel like anytime we're scoring runs, it's my job to try to get us back in the dugout as fast as possible. And, it's kind of the double-edged sword. It keeps the pressure on their pitcher, and then, whenever we're able to keep scoring runs, it makes it easier for me out there.